We're live. Okay. Do you consent to me broadcasting you under the terms of YouTube?
Sure.
Okay. Official. So I'm sitting here with AJ. This way, that way. On a very limited connection.
Wow, the lighting is
I am midnight.
we
We could switch it up. Let's
Let's see.
Hmm.
Here, not so
We need to like, yeah. Oh, here, I got these.
all right.
It's not, but it's something. Because honestly, the problem is that the sun is behind us. We need to So, thank you for.
George.
You do a lot of work here. You're good. You're so fresh right now.
With the dog.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing like I'm just doing stuff. You know? Okay, dang. Can't really see it from there. Camera shit.
What about?
What was it?
This would probably be better, yeah, because
Oh yes, yes, yes. Thank you. That was it's not anything, but we'll figure it out. Okay, all right. So we're at Naya Oasis Studios, grand opening day, May 1st, 2025. Yes, love the energy. We're here with AJ.
AJ, well, American AJ, originally Asha.
Ajay. Okay. Where's that
From Nepal.
from? Huh.
Yeah, it's a very common name back in Nepal and India. I'm originally from Nepal.
Okay.
And the word, actually, what it means is never, always winning. Yes. Well,
Yes. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's, so, no, the word, if you look at the etymology and break it down, it is and jai. Jai means win. And means basically it's saying eternal, never ending. So always a win.
Very. Okay. So we're waiting right now. Okay, so you're in Nepal. So what's your experience been here? How long have you been in LA or Long Beach? Signal Hill. Yes, Signal Hill.
So I've been in Signal Hill for about 10 years now. I moved to Signal Hill 2014. Before that, I was, there were two places. I was in Seattle for a while. Before that, I lived in Minnesota for about 10 years.
Oh wow! So you've been
in a few places. Yeah.
why?
I've lived in Maryland. I used to live in Maryland every summer, so during my college years. Yeah, so I would go to Ocean City, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be sort of like a work trip. Every summer, after school was done in Minnesota, and stuck around for a few years. The company I was with, was not interested in sponsoring me or helping me out with my immigration status.
Okay.
So I figured I'd move to the West Coast. I was always interested in moving to the West Coast, and I wanted to get away from the coast.
Yeah, no, that part.
You live in Chicago, yeah.
I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, polar vortex. I don't think anybody in this county has ever heard of it. Polar vortex. So,
I've been living in LA for about 10 years. Initially, when I moved here, I had no idea what actually did after job. Speaking in Seattle.
okay. What was that?
That basically told me never. That corporate was not my cup of tea.
Okay.
So I moved to LA. I was trying to figure myself out, see what I wanted to do, and initially I was always interested in acting. So I started touring acting for a few years. After touring it for a few years, COVID hit, kind of paused there, and never went back after that. Actually, things took a turn then, and that's when I met Andrea.
Yes.
And she was honestly, she has been unknowingly. I think we have both been a major milestone for us to transition to something different.
It was like an energy exchange.
Yeah. I mean, it was mine's very different. Hers is very different. Hers made me shift towards more. I was already in the spiritual journey, and her interaction with her, the energy exchange, it helped me immerse more into the spirituality.
Really?
Yes. And it was not intended at all. It was just a general interaction that actually, in retrospect, after we split ways, then that's when I actually, when I was reflecting, self-reflection, and when I was doing that, I came to now realize that before I met her, I had this certain way of lifestyle, and since I met her, my lifestyle, my approach towards lifestyle, my view towards life has adjusted, and the way I see things is different than the way I used to. And she was sort of like and I was already on my spiritual journey as I mentioned. I was exploring all, and right now I'm still exploring it. But it helped me, her presence helped me sort of take you know, where the writer's block thing.
Yeah, there's just like you're trying to push, you just
In a plateau.
Yeah.
It was sort of like that for me in my spiritual journey when I met her first. I was exploring it, but I did not know where I'm going or where this journey is to be. But after our interaction and the energy exchange and everything and all of it, definitely, it was not a revelation immediately, but I realized in retrospect that her entry into my life made that tangent.
Like you were able to pinpoint, like, you know what,
where I want to
it was
go.
definitely, like, you didn't see that ever happen in that situation.
We don't know if it would or not, but I'm sure she probably catalytically
Awesome. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But not really. But like it happened. Like that's what happened.
Exactly. Yeah. And the journey, no regrets. And I love it the way I transitioned. She actually initially advised me like that. You got this enormous amount of confidence in you, and you got these people skills. You know how to interact with people, make people comfortable enough. Why don't you? So I started exploring that initially, and I haven't actually started my social media journey yet. I do pro bono work on site with a lot of people. I do teamwork, self-confidence, rapport building, and mindset.
Okay. So you have your whole company with you have a
well, it's just me.
okay.
I'm just working on it as an individual at one denominator. Yeah. So that was the journey I started. I actually, after she gave me that idea, I felt it. I was like, I don't think I'm prepared for it yet. I want to do it. It kind of gave me a set of direction that I want to go towards. But my spiritual journey got me deeper and deeper into recognizing what the world is as it is. Okay, not seeing it from the perspective of society or the thinking of the generations before us, or like the misguided approach that these political institutions have provided us. Yeah, we're not going to go there.
Okay.
It's just
Okay. Yeah, no, there's
broad strokes.
yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. To dive into that needs a
That's a
completely
different show.
Yeah.
Different show.
Right. Yeah, so that kind of gave me the idea, and because she has her spiritual journey that she is in. I have my spiritual journey, and I'm sure you have your spiritual journey. You know, we all have ours, and we find things that resonate and connect, and that we are able to use as building blocks for us to climb the ladder of life, like not as in us getting older or us getting better in society, but us as the energy being better, being present in a better way out here at this point. And nowadays, the majority of people, they don't look at spirituality, the meaning of spirituality as it's viewed as well. I would say, I'm coming from my understanding of what spirituality is. I believe it has been viewed because people first, as soon as you say spiritual, think like that just religion. You know, that is the most common misconception. Secondly, when people say spiritual, there's this. I don't want to call them fake, but there's this group, subgroup of our population, our general diaspora, that believe just having that mindset and the extra way of living is spirituality. But I don't believe that is. It might well. I'm not going to dive into that. Basically, it is just from my perspective, from what I've seen, I say that is a very shallow view of spirituality.
People aren't blind, but there's clearly like.
So what I see is they see the cracks in the matrix. So they want to understand what reality per se is. You know? But at the same time, they do not, a lot of them have not found a good guide or found their own path to breaking that matrix.
Yeah, that's a joke.
It's definitely a journey. And the crazy part is, if you start talking about what you actually realize the reality is to the people who are still in the matrix, crazy person. Exactly. Yeah. And the journey is not so. From what I see, spirituality is not. I'm not gonna use the.
No, like you said, it's a perception thing. Like you don't know what you don't know, and when somebody presents you something that you don't know about, you can only associate with what you know, and make that association isn't that great.
That's a great word you brought. Great word. Perception. Perception is one view of what they see their life, while perspective is the 360 view of what the thing actually is. It's a perception versus perspective.
Oh!
Well,
Perception.
If we sit in our cocoon of perception, it's like the racehorses. Although, like blinding someone. Yeah, you can't see nothing else except, yeah. But once you let those yeah, so
Ooh, I mean, it's refreshing though, right? Like it's real. Like you get to, like the grass is fake, but like we have fake grass. What idea was it? Like, you know what? I'm gonna actually make this fake grass.
and I don't want to dive deep in that direction. You know?
We're here.
That's their world. World. Our
That must feel good.
yeah,
Okay, you're talking about perception versus perspective.
so yeah, well, perception. So this actually, Andrea had posted a live post 2 weeks ago as well. While we were on a walk, we saw what we saw a hummingbird, and the way it paused and the way it changed direction and the way, depending on which angle we're seeing it from, we saw different colors and different like logic to what we were seeing. So it was like, okay, yeah, it just triggered all that my thoughts were in my mind, and she did actually talk about that. And she about it. You know, we did some post about that, like a long post. And if you guys are interested and you know about Andrea, Naya Studio, just go check her out, check her feed. So she has wonderful information here.
Fine.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
That's really cool, though. You know, we saw this. It was this like hummingbird, like sound. Like, order it's like graphic. So it's like you make the sound. You're talking about like the different angles of the mic. Yeah, you're gonna see it. Like you saw. Like I never see that.
And perception. And it's not that one person is perfect view, because there you can never think of spirituality as something that one person does, because no one person is one person. Like, it's impossible. But about when every person's like that's when that's why it's not I believe it's not because they want something that they that agree with, but they want something that they can have a high mind. Yeah, the high mind is always stronger than the individual mind. We are high mind. If you think of it, we are all energy. We're energy beings exploring, experiencing a physical form.
And you got the internet.
Yeah. And the internet is an intelligence that is giving us giving us this global connection, and it is allowing us to be more connected and exchange and information exchange can be flow freely.
Ooh, yeah.
Very slow. If we think about just 10 years from before us, like a decade.
Oh my God, Rich.
I mean, two
Dial-up?
it was YouTube started in 2004. That was just 21 years ago. It's baby. It's just taking baby steps. It's just starting to walk. Imagine what it's going to get when it has, well, at its maturity. Yeah. Talking about spirituality. I just wanted to make this point. Though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Spirituality, the way I see it, the way I believe it is. First, we are energy beings, and energy beings meaning that we were started, or let's say we started when the existence of energy started in this realm of universe. So we started at the same time when energy started. So we are eternal.
We have that.
Yeah, we do.
First of all,
We are
thermodynamics. You can't destroy it.
exactly.
All the energy from the beginning is all destroyed. And you can do it.
You can only transform. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, when we pass, so we. Okay, let me ask you a question. Who are you?
You look at NC Central.
What's your name? Who are you?
I'm still trying to figure that out. We're doing this thing on YouTube as an advertising company directing energy. I think the closest I got to identity, I said like the 1% is bender. I am a bender of energy.
Bender of energy, yes. So that's what you do. But how do you know this?
See,
exactly. So the consciousness that operates this mind and this body for us to move forward in the path that we want to move or go on is the actual entity. That's the we are. We're not this body. This body is just a sleeper. It's a vehicle for us to exist in this physical world. This mind is just an engine for us to operate this vehicle. You know, and the food that you feed yourself is the fuel that makes that engine operate that vehicle in the most efficient manner.
speaking about fuel, today's sponsors are Fuel. Get yours on Amazon. Put a link in the description below.
Yes. Oh,
Capitalism. Capitalism. Fuck.
hey, we need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the analogy I like using in regards to fuel is you cannot add gas into a diesel car and expect it to work well.
Even though you're making money.
Exactly. Exactly. And on top of that, even a 2005 model can be functioning way better than a 2015 model if you are fueling it and using it well. Exactly. So this is a vehicle. This vehicle that we have and the engine that we have, if we take care of the engine and the vehicle, it is going to outlast anything and everything, depending on the fuel that you provide.
Yes.
And the fuel is not just food, it's the words, it's the intention, the thoughts. Your thoughts become words, your words become, well,
Actions.
right. Actions become character. Character becomes the personality.
Hold on. All right. Speaking about actions, capitalism being a whole empire.
Capitalism only exists in the physical world. Capitalism only lets us operate and a kind of wage through the physical world. It's not just capitalism. There are other but to work on yourself, you cannot be looking outwards in this world and trying to find something here that's going to help you. Because everything that and oneness. It's already within it.
If you'd like to sponsor today's episode, text me. I share logo here, so you get advertising. Okay, go guys. See.
You need a darker color.
We need a darker color because you cannot see that. Those are Ultra.
Yeah, it was probably.
Yeah, we're doing time. It's the Bob Ross segment of our show. Whatever you want it to be. You can do whatever you want it to be. You can say whatever you want it to say. Guess what? You want to say? Yeah, that's a why. I think we'll connect it. Call 650-269. We're gonna get it. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I could dive a lot deeper. I talk about a lot of stuff, but I think the most expression you want to get.
What are the spiritual ramifications?
Well, as soon as you say capitalism, it is in the outside world, it's in the physical world. Spirituality does not exist. So if you're trying to connect
I think, proceeding from my experience, believe capitalism is an exploitation of spirituality. Leveraging the blindness of the public to spirituality as a means of exploitation.
well, it's not, if you're trying to find a link, create a link between capitalism and spirituality, you can definitely delve into that. But if you're talking about spirituality as an entity in itself, and we're trying to understand what spirituality is, capitalism has no place there. If you are, that's precisely what you're saying as well, but you're mentioning that a lot of people are using capitalism to capitalize gains for themselves, with spirituality being subject matter, being taught to the blind mass who are not thinking about what actual spirituality is. Yes. And that is definitely where I was touching base when I was talking about the faith spirituality that people talk about. There's a lot. It's not just in the Western world. There's a lot in the Eastern world as well.
Really?
Yeah, there are some.
As an American, I understand it, but I would not expect it.
It's fake in the Eastern world.
That's
Yes.
That's strong. That's a strong statement.
And I stand by it.
Sure.
It's like there is, and because of that, okay, let me talk about this. Because we brought up capitalism. Because of that, huge diaspora in the Eastern world as well, they're deviating away from spirituality because they're starting to see and that is not a good thing. I not the positive direction that we want to move forward. It's actually taking us away from where we should be going. So and it's never going to go away. That's always going to be existing out there. We just got to have more of the real guys so that they can help you distinguish between what is and what is not. You know? And it's not that you read like follow them word by word. This I implore to everybody out there: never follow any one spiritual guide as the anthem, because you are a spiritual guide yourself as well. What you need to understand is everything comes from within you. So the inspiration within you is what is more important than what we or somebody else tells. What somebody else tells you or what we are talking about needs to be a guide, a guiding subject, or a guiding light that gives you or shows you the direction to move forward. But should not be the anthem that you're going to stick by and not explore anything outside of that. It should be the basis of your journey or your should not be the journey.
Like my head to look
I mean, we are connected. Energy, as we talked earlier, energy being physical form and everything. So energy is always existing. It's always going to exist. It's now, after this body is done, we don't die. We are eternal. We only move on to another state, something else. We could, and it. That's what karma. No, I'm not gonna touch karma. It's a complete podcast in itself. But like energy beings exploring of their own beings, we started somewhere as part of the mass energy where everything started. That's the source. That's where all the energy existed before it started spreading out. Even if you look at the journey of understanding what the universe is, it started at one singularity. And we don't know what existed before singularity. That is beyond our understanding. But that one singularity expanded and is still expanding. And the moment it is going to be done is when it reaches its final expansion and it's going to start coming down and it shrinks within that. So the energy is going to keep on expanding and it's going to come back to the same spot again. We are all one. We are just spreading out and being dispersed and spread sprinkled as little bits of energy. So this has energy. This ring has energy. That paper has energy. We have energy. Everything has energy. So energy is not about us saying we've got these magical power within us. Energy is what we are. What we are from. The source is where we come from.
I'm just on the ride, bro. Huh? I mean, I know what we're saying. Like, I have a perspective, but it's not everything. I have a perception.
It's 3:33.
Oh, that means it's 40 minutes? I'm on potluck, 420 potluck. Wait, what? 27 minutes? Math. See, I'm just along for the ride right now. I'm just in a long morning.
Yeah. I'm just going to wrap this up for now then, using for the energy, though, where I was trying to go. So, because we're part of the source and we are energy, this is just a vehicle we're using. That's just the engine and what we put inside us through our mouth or through our eyes, any sensory medium. Anything what we put inside us is the fuel. So to operate the vehicle in its optimal state, using the engine and keeping the engine in its perfect state, we need to give us the correct fuel to be able to function in its optimal I am inspired. Now, for us to be able to, I'm just so energy. Now, I'm going to talk about what spirituality is, or what I understand spirituality as. Okay? Spirituality is about being able to connect with that core energy that you are, with leaving everything aside. Like not recognizing your body as you, not recognizing your mind as you, not recognizing what you do as you, not recognizing your name as you. Either of them are you. Those are all accumulated. Your name was accumulated when somebody gave you that. Uh, the stuff that you do right now is accumulated along the journey of this physical world, where you understood and recognized and started putting the pieces together to me, I think a valuable journey for yourself.
Making money.
I'm making money.
Call us.
So yeah, if you want to understand what spirituality is,
I watched a lot of Bugs Bunny as a kid.
I love Bugs Bunny. I love Bugs Bunny. He's connected with his inner, what do you call that? Animal. He's already an animal.
He's already an animal. He's a rabbit.
How about that? That we are animals as well.
You're an animal. You're a mammal. You're a mammal. Yes.
Mammals is another word to differentiate from animals. We are animals.
Yes.
That's bottom line. True. True.
I no. Yeah. Right. We have a special guest in the house. I don't know who this person is. Somebody said VIP. Who is? What's your name? Who is? Your what? Is that your seat? Is that your name? Oh man, I am still on the screen. Oh, what? It's the last song. Oh, yeah, no. It's, no, thanks. You first. I'm the camera guy. Tag Garrett.
What was I gonna say?
All right.
He asked you and we were talking about that as well.
So we are out. Because that's what it is. The word comes from the mama, and mama means the breast. The breastfeeding, all the animals are mammals. Breastfeed from the mother. That's where the word comes from. Mammifer. Mammals. From yeah, marine mammals. But,
No, I mean, we were just talking.
Why?
why would
Why are we
Yes.
Well, that's a good question. And I don't know if that's okay. So the way that I saw it, and I don't know if I shared with you this, I was with Melinda and I was talking to her. And we, like, with the eyes closed, I started like we were vibing in the house, and I started like going back to one dimension. So we were like in the moment, present moment, like used to be. And then I started laughing, and I started to feel how this frequency of laughter, instead of being just a line around the face, it started moving like this. So all the animals, the theory that I had, that many people have, that they can be some chirp and sing or do sounds, but and human used to also communicate telepathy. But when and this is also the with a theory that we got from monkeys, is that monkeys are they can kind of scream, but they tend to be also animals that are funny. Like they do things that humans have, and they might also have each other. So this sense of humor, this ability of flapping of other, and the laughter itself, what is humor, started with the development of another frequency. And that created laughter, and that created joy, and that created fun, and that created a different vibe. And so this frequency, yeah, so the frequency is vibrating. So the vibration of laughter creates the frequency of joy and laughter and fun. And it develops the brain recently. Because from there, they go from just making a sound to sound having a meaning. And so they created language evolving from laughter. So I think that, and that's when I was in that phase and I was vibrating with the laughter. I saw Hannah coming next to me, just here kind of in that. And that's the awareness that came, that that's how language got created. The sound that a monkey makes by laughter that is like fun and making fun of fun, or kind of understanding that there's more to it.
A little more joyful connection.
More friendships. And just like kids, like when babies, they carry over the universe when they come here. They just laugh at when you make them. That part of them, they start laughing. They don't know why, they don't know anything of a reason for it, but we have. And so it's something that's innate in our nature, but not all animals live. And calling the dog is not that. So not all mammals have that intelligence. So I think that's part of the evolution of monkey to human or Homo sapiens to something else. It's part of the language development has to do with.
It is in terms of a language erosion at the point.
Language is also code. So it's a process of coding information in the brain. So it's like evolution in the brain.
Because laughter does not just define joy, because joy does exist even without laughter. I agree. Animals, they express joy in different ways. Like the dogs that wag their tail, the cats soft their tail. So there's different ways animals express joy as well. But the laughter, the sound, the vocal tones,
Why?
comes in randomly, poses a question, and walks away.
I don't know why.
This is what I do.
Because yeah. Like one thing, we're not like three things. So that's a way of it. Or a way to see or light falling in space. And we say that force has everything.
We are on the journey. We still are realizing and learning and understanding new things and new concepts and new ideas. And so staying open to the variety of information that comes your way and not just shove it away because it does not resonate with your mindset or your thought of like being, but giving it an opportunity to see if that can actually exist or can actually be with rational thinking.
It resonates.
All right. That's it. That's okay. See? We deal with winners. Okay, so this will probably cut the broadcast for right now. It's to 44 minutes and 20 seconds. It's currently 3:45 is my watch says. So potluck here at 20. What's the address?
2071 East Green Street, Long Beach, California, 90806.
Coming in. Numbers are free. Bye. Got